Reaching 1,000 followers on Instagram isn't as hard as I anticipated. If you stick true to a certain strategy, you'll be well on your way to your first K. So let me break it down for you. Here, I like to keep everything transparent, honest, and straight to the point. If that's something you're into, dropping a like, subscribing, hitting that bell icon would mean a lot to me. There will be 4 main sections in this video, so I'll be leaving some timestamps below. As I go through all the tips in this video, I will be applying it to a new page that I'm thinking of starting, Pokemon. Lastly, I'd like to mention everything that I'm going through in this video will be from beginning to end of starting a theme page. If you already have a personal page, there are many tips here that could be applicable to you. So, as I mentioned, definitely check out the timestamps below so that you can skip to whatever you really need from this video as opposed to going through everything. The who, branding. Your branding is the image the audience has of you. Put some time and thought into who you want to be. The initial image is going to be what you intend. Here are the 5 things that you need to keep in mind so that you can stand out. Username and name. The username should just be a string of words like Pokemon stories or a Pokemon story. The name, a variant of your username or just your username. In my case, a Pokemon story. Profile picture. Find a picture that represents your page or find a logo on Canva or just find a minimalist picture and that just makes everything easier. A circle really makes it easier. You don't have to crop or anything like that. Bio. Keep it simple and uniform and have 1 emoji max on each line. Try to match your aesthetic. Give quick information, have a call to action. So in this case, in my bio, everything Pokemon, daily posts. You want to give them information, you want to give them everything and just be crystal clear as to what your intentions are and what your page is about. I'm just gonna put my goal here, which is gonna be 1,000 followers. And it already looks professional. Stories and feed. When you post, you're gonna wanna either stick to videos or pictures because if you have both, it can look messy. This way, when you pick either one, then your audience will know exactly what to expect. From my experience, photos always did better because they're just liking it just for what they actually see, which is super fast, as opposed to actually watching the video, which takes a lot of time. And on Instagram, everybody just wants to see quick stuff and it's just short attention span. If you're only doing photos, you gotta keep it organized. It should have a certain flow to it. So the first one is something or someone looking to the right, so it's right focused. Second one is symmetrical, technically in the middle, so it's just looking forward or back. Third one is left focused. These pictures need to be uniform in quality. You can't just post some grainy picture from your phone and then the very next picture is high quality because that's just inconsistent. Story. For me, I really like to just repost everything on my story so that people are aware and it just keeps my account active instead of not having that purple circle on my profile. I also organize them so that people will know where to look if they're interested in it. And I'd like to have at least 1 meme, 1 of my posts, and sometimes a poll or a question, just so everybody can be engaged. And there's a variety in my story. Hashtag. Create a hashtag for yourself because it's a good way to spread awareness of your existence. You're gonna want to have your username, like the string of words, as your hashtag. Then you're going to want to encourage your audience to use that hashtag to possibly have more people be looking at it because you'll be ranking them. So in my case, there's no result found and that's good, so now I can claim it, right? So that's how you build your brand. That's who you are. How do you do it now? The how. Tools. I use the Repost app and it's actually easier than I thought. It's very simple to use it. So the first thing you're going to want to do is go on Instagram and find a post you want to repost. Copy the link by going on the 3 dots in the top right. Go on the Repost app. It'll just be on the top. Usually I just copy the original text on the clipboard and then paste it on there. Delete everything except the original artist. Then I use my template and copy all that there. Quick and simple, shouldn't be a hassle. So in this case, I'm just going to put this for here, but let's break it down a little bit more. For me, I just use a title, I give credit to the person, and then I have a lot of call to action. Whenever people see this, then they'll be more inclined to actually following. Typically, I would have more hashtags, but in this case, I haven't done all my research yet. Wow, people already liked it. This is also another example. Somebody already is engaging with me, so I want to be able to like that. The cutest Pokemon of them all. The what? Content. There are 5 main steps in posting the right content for the audience that you're looking for. The content. Provide value in your content. Your page has to be education entertainment, or a community. Education. Facts and tutorials. This is literally something the audience can gain or learn something from. Video essays, simple how-tos, just simple tutorials that you can think of. Entertainment. Edits and memes. Using emotions like adoration, awe, interest, sadness are really valuable to the audience looking for entertainment in videos, pictures, and music. So if you have memes, clips, videos, music, or whatever, then that is something that they can all get behind. Community, reposting, and conversations. As I just showed you guys, that was just a prime example of getting engaged with people. There are people that want to talk to others, and if you as a page, as a brand, decide to talk to people, that's something that they'll remember. That's something that truly matters to them. If you can't create things that are original or just don't have the time, then reposting is a great way to do so. If you have an interest on a certain topic like TV shows, books, or movies, then it'll be easy to repost parts of that particular topic. Then you can have conversations where you interact with the audience, and these conversations can go as far as actually making reviews for them, like a movie review, a book review, or a TV show review. So for this new page I'm starting, what will I provide? A sense of community, reposting content and entertainment like memes, and every now and then maybe I'll put some facts and tutorials. So when you start, take a step back before getting into it. If you have a theme page already, then look at it from an outsider's perspective. Is this a theme page or something that you would follow? If yes, then that's good. If not, then why? These are the things you have to ask yourself. Does it bring value to anyone? What am I actually giving to others? The topic. You must stick to one topic. You have to pick a niche that's broad enough that you never run out of content, but specific enough that you won't turn off your followers. If you're posting random things as there's no sense of focus, then it'll hurt your growth because the audience doesn't know what exactly you're about. But if you have focus, then your audience will know exactly what to expect. If you're a page about beauty makeup and you post something else you're interested in, like makeup in films, even though they're in the same topic, they have a very distinct difference in their audience. Pokemon is broad enough that I have a lot of ideas and content to post, but it's specific enough that the audience will know exactly what to expect. It's not like they'll ever see Cora in the house, right? In the case of the previous example, makeup, think of it like this. If your theme page is called beauty makeup and you post makeup in films, it's like having a Pokemon page and you post Naruto. So Pokemon is specific enough to have focus and broad enough to never run out of content. Here's a side note, you can go broader. Like in the case of Pokemon, anime is a level above that topic. In beauty makeup, it's just makeup. But the downside is that it'll be harder to find that specific niche and it'll be harder to maintain. You'll be following random accounts and potentially post random stuff because you have to cater to different audiences. That could potentially lead to burning out. The strategy. You have to have a follow for follow strategy. That way your page doesn't seem like a spam account and you have a sense of direction and goal. Eventually you'll have to stop it when you reach a certain stage because from there it'll only be organic growth. I believe it's at the 1,000 to 2,000 mark. Strategy number 1, go on pages in your niche, follow them and follow all their followers. So in this case, OG Pokemon cards or whatever, and follow them. Strategy number 2, find a hashtag in your niche, then go on the most recent posts and like them, and then go on whoever liked those posts and follow all of them. So in my case, pages like Pokemon Mark, Pokemon Go, Shiny Hunter, Pokemon Shell, follow them and their followers. You don't necessarily have to go and follow the big and official pages because that's a little too general. You're competing with them. When you follow the smaller pages, you get to people who are willing to follow the smaller pages and you don't have to compete with the big pages as much. But do not follow as many as you can. I would say follow up to 100 within an hour and then rinse and repeat because you can get shadow banned for a week, which means you can't post, comment, you can't follow anyone. Basically, you can't be present in the community. I have been shadow banned twice on 2 of my pages and it really has hurt my momentum. It'll just hurt your growth if you're inactive and just shadow banned and nobody knows that you're actually shadow banned. The post. Post content that has viral potential and have a strategy when you're posting these, because you can have great and amazing content, but if you execute badly, then it'll hurt your growth. So here are a couple strategies for your posts. Strategy number 1, find the hashtag with the most posts, find the top posts and repost it. And at the same time, follow all the people who like them. Strategy number 2, find a big hashtag in your niche. Find a post that is by a page that's kind of small with less than 100,000 followers. On their page, try to find the post that has the most likes, one that seemed like it went viral, because with small pages, they'll have a decent average, but then they have that one post that has the most likes. Scroll through the recent, at the oldest around 2 weeks, then pick the top posts, then repost them all. I'll save the top 10, then post 3 in the span of 3 hours. So why are you going on smaller pages, you might ask? So let me tell you, if you're reposting from big pages, then you're pretty much just riding a big wave that has already passed. These are posts that a lot of people have already seen, and if they saw it again, then it's not new to them. But if you reposted one from a smaller page, then the wave of potential might not be over. There's a chance that it hasn't peaked yet, and since it has momentum, then it might hit the algorithm and actually become viral. So these are the strategies that might be able to help you gain some traction in your posts. The community. When you have an audience, the best thing to do is interact with them, because that's the extra mile that really matters. And they're people, and they'll remember that if you just took the time to converse with them. For me, it feels great when a page responds to me. You do this by liking posts, commenting, liking people's comments, tagging people on your stories, and if they tag you, give them a shout out, reply to their messages and like them, and just engage with people. When you comment, you really want to be very positive, and don't just put nice or cool. Actually talk to them and bring insight. That way people don't see you as a bot, but as a person behind the actual page. They'll remember that. Honestly, for me, I actually have a few people that are consistently talking to me in my other theme pages, and it's really nice to have that conversation as opposed to just having this as a work, right? For me, it really does make it easier because it doesn't feel like work when you're just posting and tagging and all these things put on your story, and then at the end of the day, you get to have somebody that's talks to you about what you're really interested about. Remember this, if you add value to them, they'll add value to you. Small note, switch to professional account as fast as you can, because that helps you get all the insights and really just figure out the numbers. The when, consistency. Consistency is key, and I'm pretty sure that's something you heard everywhere, but I cannot emphasize this enough. You're gonna have to do this every day. I actually did this for basically 2 weeks because I was shadow banned for the other half of the month. But if you do not post, people will immediately unfollow when they notice that you have. When I was shadow banned, I just kept adding stories. I just kept trying to be as active as possible, replying to DMs, talking to people, just networking. So I couldn't like anything. I can only save. I could not post. So those were the main things that really mattered in being active. So I had to be active privately. What I used to do was go every day and find 3 trending posts, and I just reposted them. So I was thinking on the spot, and man, that was really tiring. Do not treat this as a chore or you'll lose interest. Treat it as a side hustle and just do it on your spare time. So what I recommend you do is find a bunch of content in like 1 or 2 hours. Find a lot of posts that you just want to repost and plan out how you'll be doing it for the next 2 weeks, because it'll be mentally easier for you to just have it on autopilot as opposed to thinking on the spot. If you look in your insights, it'll show when your audience is most active, so post accordingly. For me, I just post 1 in the morning, 1 at lunch, and 1 at night, and then I reply to the DMs and comments at night. So that's pretty much everything. If you do this correctly, you'll have 1,000 followers within 2 months. So you might be asking, does this actually work? The short answer is yes, it does. I've been doing it for a month now. I run the Star Wars stories. It's been up and down because I was shadow banned, but if I stayed within the limit, I'd be at least 2,000 by now. So don't be reckless with this. To be transparent with all of you, I did all my research and I just applied it, but I have to give credit to the man who gave me all this information, and his name is Jared West, and he's pretty cool. I got a lot of information from him and I'm just passing it along. He has a lot of good and insightful videos, so definitely check him out. After all this, if you're still here, I do have to ask kindly, if you can or want to support the channel, I'd really appreciate if you guys drop a like, subscribe. If you're interested in everything financial related, it would just mean a lot to me. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys can take care.